Hey there, friends and family. This is Dan. I'm here with the Dan and Adam Are Afraid podcast. It is episode 39. It is also Sunday, February 23rd of 2025. I'm joined here by my lesbian vampire. What was in this movie? I had this whole bit. I'm joined by my co-host Adam.
Yeah, that's Adam there. Just, I'm just drinking my coffee this morning. I've been up for a while. Watched a crazy movie last night. Wild Things. What's up, Dan?
You watched Wild Things last night?
I watched Wild Things with Matt Dillon. Who's in that? I just know it's like about lesbian. Hey, yeah, it's about two women making out. It's kind of the same movie, right?
Wild Things fucking rules.
That should be the conceit of our podcast, where it's like you watch a movie, but then I watch the other person watches the wrong movie, but then they still try and be part of the conversation.
Have you seen Wild Things since the 90s?
I actually never saw Wild Things.
Holy shit. We're going to pick this one for the podcast. It's so good.
Put it on the list, man. Yeah. I mean, I remember when I saw it at the time, and you got to remember too, I was coming up. That's when I was coming up back then. I hated a lot of things that looked like my culture I was a part of. I didn't want, nowadays I kind of love listening to nu metal. I've grown a real huge, just appreciation for that shit. And back then I would not listen to a minute of System of a Down or Disturbed. I didn't want it. It just reminded me too much of older kids that I did not like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's a, you'll not expect what Wild Things is. That's all I'll say. It plays really well today. And to tie it all up, Kevin Bacon is in Wild Things. Do you know why Kevin Bacon is connected to Being John Malkovich, Adam?
Damn, tell me. Wait. Let me guess. John Malkovich. Yeah, him and John Malkovich. They were in that movie together about that jewel thief.
Yeah, I think that was it. No, I was actually so initially, instead of Charlie Sheen as the best friend in the role that comes over and is like, "Hey man, I'm going to talk to you about your problems," it was going to be Kevin Bacon, but I guess he didn't want to do it, and so John Malkovich was like, "It has to be Charlie Sheen."
I have a wonderful friend. His name is Charlie, and he would be excellent for this role.
I love seeing him in this movie in 1999. We'll get into it, but I like seeing Charlie Sheen in the movie because this is also the time period when he phoned the FBI or whatever and was like, "Oh my god, I just watched a snuff movie." It was a Japanese guinea pig movie, Flowers of Flesh and Blood, which is simulated gore, killing someone kind of movie, and he was like, "This shit's real. I'm reporting it."
And that was Charlie Sheen when he was at maybe not his full powers, but he was just he was a hunk. He was a Hollywood hunk. And
yeah, it's interesting to see him so young. We'll get into it, but 1999 seems I guess it was 30 years ago.
What? I'm dying slowly.
Yeah. So I got some stuff to talk about up front. We never record. Adam and Dan are thinking of ending things, so I have just so many things to bring up. I gotta get to some of these.
Yeah, get it on get this shit on wax.
I wanted to bring up a thing up front. I want to be an ally. I want to be really. I want to support a cause, Adam. I want to support a cause.
Hello, Internet. I don't really post much these days, but I had a bit of a harsh reality check today and felt like it's important to share with whoever is listening. So I'm sure
this
most
is Hunter
of us
Schafer, by the way.
On, I think the first day of Trump's presidency, he signed an executive order to declare only two genders recognized by the state, male and female, assigned at birth. And as a result of this, which I wrote down because I want to get it right, the Bureau of Consular Affairs has frozen passport applications requesting a gender marker change or renewals or new applications with a gender marker differing from an applicant's gender assigned at birth. So my initial reaction to this, because our president, is a lot of talk, was like, I'll believe it when I see it. And today, I saw it on my new passport mail. So now to specify, my gender markers were first changed in my teens when I first got my driver's license, and then passports following. All have been female since then. Hasn't really been a problem. However, last year when I was filming in Barcelona, our car got broken into and my bag got stolen, and inside of that was my passport, which was supposed to last me up until my 30s. And so I got an emergency passport, which was very simple at the time. It's basically just a copy of my old passport, but temporary and only supposed to be used within the year. So as soon as I got back to the States, I had to get this fixed and get it replaced with a real proper passport, which I went to the Federal Passport Agency today in LA and did. I've had to do this one time before. No part of the process was different. I filled everything out just like I normally would. I put female. And when it was picked up today and I opened it up, they had changed the marker to male. And I'm not making this post to fearmonger or to create like drama or receive consolation. I don't need it, but I do think it's worth posting to sort of note the reality of the situation and that it is actually happening.
Adam, they're doing the gender stuff.
Yeah, just like they said they would almost day one. That is the thing that hey, we won, right? that's how they're supposed to frame all this, and yeah, it's not good.
She goes on to say she didn't think it was going to happen. I want to acknowledge my privilege, not only as a celebrity trans woman who is white. I pass, and it still happened. No matter how wealthy or white or pretty or whatever is excluded. Says, I don't give a fuck. They put an M on my passport. It doesn't change really anything about me or my transness. However, it does make life a little harder. I'm pretty sure it's going to come along with having to out myself to Border Patrol agents much more often than I would like to, or is really necessary. And thinking about other trans women or other trans people who this might be happening to. I just want to stay up front. Dan and Adam are afraid family. I support trans people. I don't care about gender stuff. I'm not a weird fucking sicko like the rest of you fucking weirdos.
Yeah,
so if you don't like that, go fucking...
God was having a little trouble with the people of Earth.
Every time I look down there, it gets worse.
Now, we both know, we're all a bunch of little freaks, and I just wish the rest of this fucking country would freak out a bit and focus less on like traditional values and being a whatever the fuck they see themselves as. Because it's a shit time, isn't it? Scary time. But I guess one thing too that I keep thinking about is like they're like, ah, man, it's shocking and this is shocking and I can't believe it. And I don't want to like come out as like, oh, well, you shouldn't be shocked, but more of like, oh yeah, well, of course you're shocked. You all thought the system was good. You all thought we lived in a good place, but it turns out, it turns out you were
place the whole time.
You were being lied to, and all of us like annoying communists were like, I hate it that I'm right. It was one of those things. I don't want to say that, but I'm like, it's scary to me when I'm like, whoa, shit, I thought I was just talking. Was I right in that this system is ran by just a oligarch and like what? I'm supposed to freak out that now it's like a little bit more visible, and I'm like, yeah, this shit is how it's been fucking going. It's bad. Maybe now
we got all the companies just like kneeling before Trump and being like, all right, we'll remove everything. They call it DEI now or wokeness, but like anything inclusive we're removing.
Yeah.
Target got rid of their like, I don't know, like pride section or something.
Yeah, like
they've already canceled like the months, like holidays. Like Google's changed their calendar. There's like the Gulf of America now. Like, yeah, we live in an oligarchy. It's a technocracy, not an ocracy. Techno-fascism, bro.
and it's not like it's not like all of a sudden we live in a techno-fascist. Yeah, we don't suddenly live in Brazil. We lived in when Brazil came out, they were fucking bitching about that then. So just imagine, like, if you made Brazil today, it would just be completely different. Because, like, the guy, this is supposed to be like a fun podcast about a wacky movie.
Hey, it's part of this movie. It's part of this movie, and it's part of art.
Yeah.
And if you're like watching art, you're watching movies, you're playing video games, you're like, get politics out of my stuff. Everything is political, and if you disagree with that, you're an idiot. Now that we've scared off all the losers and wimps and weirdos and sickos and fucking perverts, we can move on. Just want to make a stand up front, folks. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be opinionated on this podcast, and I'm standing with trans people.
Oh, woke is gone. Oh, and I'm like,
you know what? I like woke. You know what? You fucking white people fucking ruined the term. That was a black term. If you watch Atlanta, woke was a cool thing in like 2016, and you guys all perverted it, you sick fucks. I'm not talking to my good audience members who know I'm on the right side of history, but I'm talking to you disgusting motherfuckers. The one who comes across this podcast and is like, oh, I've seen John Malkovich. I'm also a huge racist. I want you to... I'm going to censor this.
and let me also just kind of tagline that too. If you're also one of these little psycho freaks that wants the government stripped of all of its services, you're included in that. We're not just that's right. We're not just trans allies. We're also worker allies up in this bitch. And that is something that fucking gets me fucking like so annoyed, is just how like people are like cheering about Elon Musk cutting the government up, and they're like, he's getting rid of waste and bloated spending. And it's like, do you even know what waste and bloated spending is? Because if he's only removing 5 million here, 20 million here, guess what? Our fucking debt, all this shit goes up in the trillions. They're not doing anything. Like, this is all theater while they line their fucking pockets.
It's really not good that Elon Musk is just like the de facto vice president. Like, it's really not good.
And like what, 10 years ago, he was a little woke darling. Like,
he's a little bitch. He doesn't even have a real dick. His dick's all fucked up. He's got robot dick. He has to do IVF for all of his fucking kids.
I am Elon's penis. Time to ejaculate into bag.
Oh, God.
He's a little deadbeat dad motherfucker. Hey, you hear me, Elon? Come after me, bitch. I'm going to cut all this. He's going to actually kill me.
Yeah. Oh, God, no.
All right.
I can't do this show by myself.
Now you know where I stand, folks. Go fuck yourselves. And with that, we watched a movie this week, Adam. What did we watch?
Dude, we watched some Being John Malkovich.
7.5, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome to the 7.5 floor of the Merton Plummer Building.
My name is Craig Schwartz, and I have an interview with Dr. Lester.
Please have a seat, Mr. Juarez.
My name is Schwartz.
My name is Schwartz.
Which of these two letters comes first, this one or this one?
The symbol on the left is not a letter, sir.
Damn, you're good.
Do you know that I don't even know your name or where you work?
And 50 other lines to get into a girl's pants.
So, honey, you thought any more about us having a baby?
I think that maybe we should just wait and see if this job thing pays off. There's a tiny door in my office, Maxine, and it takes you inside John Malkovich.
There's no such thing as a hole into somebody's brain.
Yes, there is. You see the world through John Malkovich's eyes? Yes. And then after about 15 minutes...
That's not me. I didn't say that.
You're spit out into a ditch on the side of the New Jersey Turnpike.
It was amazing.
Where the hell are we? We're Malkovich's subconscious.
Do you think that it's kind of weird that John Malkovich has a portal? I mean, do you think that it might have some sort of significance?
What is going on? Huh?
I discovered that portal.
It's my head!
John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, Catherine Keener, and John Malkovich.
Malkovich!
Being John Malkovich.
Hey, Malkovich, you're back!
Being John Malkovich. I fucking love this movie. 1999. This is a Wikipedia is classifying this as a surrealist fantasy comedy drama. Popping that surrealist up front really makes it feel like it's right at home in this podcast. This was directed by Spike Jonze, written by my hero, my man. Oh God, that's so gay. Cut it all out. Written by Charlie Kaufman. And Dan, I just want to ask you up front, man. What's your first Charlie Kaufman film? Like, what was your introduction to Charlie Kaufman?
It's a good question. I think just like everybody, I saw Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet. And yeah, that's the first time I saw a movie he wrote. That was directed by who? Who directed that one?
That was I think that was Michel Gondry.
Really?
Yeah, oh damn, yeah. I think maybe it was. Don't quote. I mean, I have a computer right here in front of me. I can. Yeah, you know what's funny? Right now, audience.
It is. Yeah, you're right.
The audience can't see it, but I'm doing the that Drake meme where he's like showing that dude something on the computer, and he's just like, "What?" Because I was like, "Yeah, you're right." I said Adaptation was my first Charlie Kaufman movie, but it was not. It was absolutely Eternal Sunshine because I was like, "Hey, I want to see this Jim Carrey movie. Oh, look at this Jim Carrey movie. Alrighty then."
I don't know how well it's aged. It's I think it's aged well, better than like 500 Days of Summer. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's one we have to rewatch.
And if rumors are to be believed, we're watching all of Charlie Kaufman's movies over time, so maybe we'll get to that, folks. But yeah, like I said, this is 1999. This feels like a 1999 movie. By that I mean, it feels like you're definitely kind of starting to branch into, I don't know, you're starting to feel the 90s vibe in this movie. But this movie stars John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, Catherine Keener, and John Malkovich. We alluded to it earlier. This also has Charlie Sheen in it. That's fun.
That is a lot of fun. I want to, bring up front, 1999 was almost 30 years ago. This movie, and they talk about it in the extras, so we had access to the special features from the Criterion Blu-ray. I watched a couple features from there, including the kind of like behind the scenes, like just, random footage from on the set stuff. But one of the things was, the interview with John Hodgman and John Malkovich. And they were just talking about the time because, John Hodgman was saying, well, in my mind, it was a very like modern movie. He's like, when I went to rewatch it, and I have to imagine this Blu-ray came out in probably the early 2010s that we're referring to. So this interview is probably around then, which makes sense with the memes that are being referenced in that interview. Fucking sitting on a toilet. I was like,
that was.
I was like, where are we? But he talks about going back and revisiting Being John Malkovich and just being like, wow, it is very much like in its time movie. There's not much like the cell phones are bigger. There's not much internet at all. It's just it's a 90s movie, and it feels 90s. And 90s is starting to feel farther and farther away. It's interesting. Because it's barely the 90s. This is like 2000, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. We're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from 9/11. But that's not how I'm getting there. And I think it's a very good point to bring up. And he points that out in the interview. Like, there are no cell phones in this movie, but I don't know. I wonder, like, it's probably just like a testament to how well it's made that, like, it doesn't feel like it feels like a 90s movie, but it doesn't feel like you don't really even pay attention to any of that. I think like it's just kind of like the movie's weird enough to where like I'm not caught up in the in any time lapse there.
I like how well everything aged from this time period, because in the 90s or late 90s, early 2000s, we were still using film photography. So like this is shot on film. It looks really nice. It looks like a movie. Once you get into the 2005, later than that, everything is digital. It just it doesn't look as good.
Yeah.
So a few things about the time period. I like the 90s. The 90s are becoming more and more. 90s and early 2000s are becoming more and more like how the 80s used to feel in like the 2000s, where you're like, wow, this is vintage, dog.
I want to buy. I showed my wife some jeans that I want to buy. I was like, oh, I want these, and they're like they're just kind of like they get pretty baggy at the bottom, and there were some rips up and down them, and I was like, yeah, let me get these. I want to go back.
Oh God.
We got to go insert sample of Lost. We got to go back, Kate. I definitely feel like
this is called a midlife crisis. We're approaching our 40s. I'm not, but you are.
Oh God, yes, I'm feeling it. Where I'm just at times I just sit in silence and I'm like, oh man, I want to be. I want to be a baby.
Disturbed. You listen to Disturbed's cover of "Sound of Silence." Isn't that the big thing right now?
I listened to the Cyril remix of Disturbed's "Sound of Silence," so I'm like, I gotta have a beat there when I'm getting sad. Well, like
just the photo of the music video for Disturbed, "The Sound of Silence." I'm like, this is straight out of it. This guy looks crazy. How are you looking like this in 2025? Some people are stuck in their time. Isn't that interesting? When you kind of like hit your peak or whatever, you kind of just stay that age forever and that decade forever. I feel it, but
well, yeah,
weird.
Because they're all sitting around going, "Don't die. You can live forever, and you can live forever."
What age do you want to be?
17.
22?
I want to be 17. I want to be 17 forever. Oh, that sounds terrible. Okay.
Yeah, I went back and rewatched that after our last episode with Diggum, and yeah, it's Mr. Lonely. I can't recommend it enough, especially if you like Charlie Kaufman movies like Synecdoche, New York. All right, Being John Malkovich.
So this movie, we always like to mention its budget was $13 million and its box office was $23.1 million. So everyone that they're all sitting around counting the fucking beans, they got their money back. Charlie Kaufman will live to see another day. He does pretty good when he works with like good directors.
That's true, Adam. We always bring up specific details about the movie, like that it was released on September 2nd, 1999 at the Venice Film Festival.
I've never been. Yeah, somebody out there, like, I want to be invited to a film festival. Like, you're a film.
We should be there. I keep bringing this shit. Like, we should have been invited to the Strawberry Mansion screening.
We just gotta
Q&A.
Don't worry, dude. Don't even worry about it, dog. We're gonna get ourselves out there. I got a marketing plan that I made for class that I'm just gonna switch it over, and we are going to dominate. We're gonna get invited to all sorts of like Diddy parties.
Like, how perfect would that have been? It would have been like, I don't know if it was a Q&A. I think it was just a screening, but like we could have Albert Bernie there, been like, hey man, we're gonna interview you for the show. It's perfect.
Like, you have to talk into my phone
who
really
the fuck
close.
are you?
Security.
Who are these people?
And I get dragged away at a film. I'm going to be shouting out like Luigi Mangione. Like, that's a travesty to the American people. You shut down my podcast.
Insult to the American people's intelligence. I'm like, I know it isn't. Americans are pretty fucking dumb. So this was shot over. Can you believe it? This was shot in California.
Really?
Mainly, yeah. Long Beach. We got a lot. There is one location that's like the New Jersey Turnpike.
Oh, okay.
I just had to go.
Yeah, yeah. It's just amazing.
Here comes the guy with his mower.
Yeah, I love that guy. It's just, it's amazing how you can film and fucking film it. Like when I went and took that tour, I was like 8 years old. Like, wow, movies are like filmed in a corner, but you think they're on a prairie. Like I love it. This movie's music in this movie, somebody that I love, Carter Burwell. He's also worked with the Coen brothers quite a bit. He did Miller's Crossing. He also did Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2. So, he's out there, folks.
Actually, Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2 is pretty good. They have very good soundtrack.
The soundtracks for all those movies, like movies had bands that I like. They took bands I love too. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
We just got to talk louder and over him. Oh, man.
We're going to talk over him, over the, on our podcast. Yeah, that's interesting. I actually didn't think about who did the soundtrack at all, which is something I need to work on. That I'm trying to get better, folks. I'm trying to get better. Clearly, I'm going through some stuff. Okay, you know what? I'm not getting these episodes up on time.
Get off my back.
Be real with you. I'm getting there. Okay. But this movie, I didn't think about it. He also worked with Todd Haynes. Another Dan and Adam Are Afraid guy. And yeah, I'll mention too, this movie is very much in our DNA. Like that's, when we first met and started watching movies, you got obsessed with this guy and you're like, oh dude, I love adaptation. I just watch it every day, all day.
Dude.
Like, all right. So we watched, a bunch of his movies, including this one. I don't remember this movie very well. Like I remembered feeling like negative about it because I was like, oh, why does he like put his wife in a cage?
Yeah, this movie gets dark. I forgot. Like I was like, oh, this movie gets dark, man. And
it does, and yeah, that's all I remember.
Since we're here, let's just talk about how dark this movie gets and start it off because this movie opens up with a puppet show.
What happens during the puppet show?
We get to see later. Yeah, it's called, what is it? It's like Craig's Dance of Sadness or something. But it's just like...
Yeah, it's like some like pretentious name.
And it's definitely like, yeah, like a pretentious style of like, oh, this is a freestyle dance, which translates to not that great. It looks good for a puppet, I would say. And we get introduced to Craig. Craig is like, he's the man up there controlling the puppet, and then the puppet that, looks like him. And then we get introduced to his wife, Lottie, who is... she has a lot of pets, and she's played by Cameron Diaz.
Well, it's like a joke. Like that's like a joke in the script. Is like she has all these pets. She's like 8 pets. One of them is a fucking chimp, and then there's an iguana. There's like so many. There's a ferret. And then the first conversation they have really is she's like, "Do you think we're ready to have a baby now?"
Yeah, this movie's full of a lot. This movie has a lot of jokes. I'm sure. A better equipped podcast would be like, and here's a list of all of them.
You guys don't want that. You want the Dan and Adam Are Afraid experience, where two inexperienced film reviewers ramble through the plot and tell you stuff about it. You love it, folks.
Oh God.
And you can tell, yeah, like it's just this setup that she has so many pets just to have jokes of like when they're like hanging out doing the dishes. I think like this parrot on her hanging off her back is just repeating everything, including like a neighbor who's screaming through the wall. He's like, "Shut the fuck up!" And like, "Brack, shut the fuck up!"
I want to bring everyone back to the mid '90s when we were all introduced to Cameron Diaz. Do you remember this, Adam?
Well, I mean, are we both thinking of the same movie?
Well, I'm thinking about The Mask.
Oh,
you might
yeah,
be
there
thinking
we go.
about something else.
Yeah, I'm thinking of The Mask. Dude, she is so hot in The Mask. Can we just... that's how I got introduced to her. It was like, oh, this woman's making me feel funny.
Well, that's the understanding is like she was hot. She's like an it girl in the 90s that came out of nowhere. And they're like, oh, Cameron Diaz. And it's just, I don't know, I guess I want to ask, do you think she's supposed to look like kind of homely in this movie?
Oh, I think she is very homely, and I think it's like they have her looking ridiculous in this movie.
Sorry for the boomer language I'm using. Do you think she's supposed to look a little ugly? Do you think they uglied her up?
Dude, they made a bitch look ugly. She went from a 10 down to like a 3. Okay, maybe a 5.
That's what I was thinking. The movie is like, the whole conceit is like, you have our main character. What's his name? His name is Craig Schwartz.
Juarez?
We had a King of Comedy situation in this movie. I was wondering if that was a reference to the King of Comedy.
Oh.
When she just keeps saying shit. What does she say his name is? Warts?
Well, yeah, she's like Juarez, and he's like Schwartz. My name is Schwartz. My name is Warts.
And then he's like, no, I'm saying that my name is Schwartz. And she's like, I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's like me at the fucking goddamn, like, if I ever have to order at the drive-through window.
Yeah, well, you can't just come up. Yeah,
I'm just saying they keep fucking like, what is that? Your name's what? I'm like, Daniel.
Yeah, I don't know how, like, my Adam. What's your name, Adam? What's your name, Adam? Like, I guess when I say Adam, and people many times have been like, Arnold, Andrew.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm hard of hearing, so I get it, but like, I don't know, man. So Craig Schwartz, I don't even know what I was getting at. Craig Schwartz does something.
We meet Lottie, and he's like, I'm going to go down to the shop, which what that means is he's now performing his fucking like puppet show out on the street corner. And looks like New York. I guess like they're just in Los Angeles, but yeah, it's not the type of puppet show you would imagine though.
Well, it's just a depressing puppet show. I don't exactly remember the first puppet shows, but I remember like it turns into.
Well, it's just like it's like a
humping a wall and shit.
Yeah, like
he gets punched out by a bystander who's like, "You doing some pedophilia on my block?"
Yeah, man. Like you can't. I don't know. Don't bring this. No, don't. You can't be performing high art out on the street. People are gonna be like, "You pervert."
Well, he goes back to his wife, and she's like, "Why do you keep letting this happen?" It's like, "I'm a puppeteer.
I got to do it." But he ends up, she convinces him, like, get a job. You got to get a job. And since this is 1999, he is circling. He is outlining job ads in the newspaper. I guess that's just how you did it back in the day. But he gets a job for, he circles one. It's for Lester Corps. And
Lester Corps.
Yeah, and it's on the insane conceit of this movie. It's on like the 7th and a half floor of this building.
Yeah, and you have the appearance of I forget everybody's name. She's a popular black actress.
A blacktress.
What's her name, Adam?
Dude, I don't know.
What's her name, Adam? It's Octavia Spencer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Man.
She plays woman in elevator. And yeah, so they go up the elevator, and that's the conceit is it's on the 7.5 floor. So you're like, 7.5 floor? I guess it's just an option on the elevator. No, they have to hit like whatever, 8. And then the elevator goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then right when it goes to jump to 8, you got to fucking hit the stop button. So Octavia Spencer hits the stop button. It goes... stops. She has to grab a crowbar, stick it into the opening in the elevator, and just pry it open. And then she's like, all right, go ahead. And it's just like a half floor. It's like in a video game when the elevator breaks and you got to kind of like figure it out. He just jumps out. It's literally like a half floor. So everyone's having to lean over when they walk in there. Which is crazy. And actually in the behind the scenes stuff, they talk about that. Like, this is insane. Like, everyone's back hurt the entire production. They had to like stand like that for 13 hours a day.
I could not work on this movie. I'd be like, I'm sorry, guys. I can't. Yeah. I have to hire me a PA and I'll just have them run my ideas over to you.
It looked painful. Like, yeah, for sure. I don't know how they did it. That's crazy. But it's visually very, very like uncomfortable. It puts you in a very weird space. And yeah, he's a weird guy. I mean, he looks like a fucking weirdo. He's got long ass hair, these glasses. So are they making fun of puppeteers? Because like it's funny if you think about it. Because like I guess this movie was like a lot of puppeteers went to go see this and were like, oh, finally a movie about puppeteers. And then the main character is fucking John Cusack in this movie.
Just a fucking creep. Yeah, like immediately. So yeah, we're here at Lester Core, and like just to add to his creepiness, and then like the way he walks up to Catherine Keener, and she calls it out right away. Like she's like, oh, I forget the exact line, but she's like, 12 easy steps to say and fuck a girl or something like that. Because like obviously he's just like, I don't know, like the way that everything about him exudes that he's like has no character, and he's just kind of grimy.
He exudes beta energy. He exudes school shooter energy. He does this mannerism where he's always like just really meek and shy. And he's always like has his hands together. He's always touching his hands together in front of him, like rubbing his hands together and shit. It's funny because you see that mannerism repeated later in John Malkovich when he starts controlling him like a puppet, and you're like, oh, it's him.
Yeah, John Malkovich is good, man. Acting like someone else.
That's another bizarre choice. Like, why John Malkovich? Why is he in the... It's such a weird thing because if you get into the behind the scenes on it, they talk about Charlie Kaufman wrote this script like however long ago. He won't even talk... Like, in the thing I watched, he was joking. He was like, it was some time ago, a long time ago. But he'd been trying to float the script for a long time, being John Malkovich, and even floated it to John Malkovich himself. And I guess he got a lot of offers like, hey, we'll do it, but you got to change who the actor is. And Charlie Kaufman was just like, no, I'm not going to do that. Even when John Malkovich was like, yeah, we'll do it, but I don't want to be the lead in it or have my name attached to it. And he's like, no. So, and eventually we got someone to agree to it because Spike Jonze got involved.
Oh yeah. And, yes. And a long time ago I read about, it was like an interview with Charlie Kaufman, and essentially it just came down to he really thought the name Malkovich was funny, and it really came down to that scene. That comes later on.
Is that it? You just thinks about the Malkovich scene?
Oh yeah, like Malkovich, and like just like almost like his level of celebrity is a perfect choice because like you can't do Being Tom Cruise because there's already too many pre-existing jokes there, and Tom Cruise wouldn't go for it.
He's too short.
He's way too short. You can't fit a person inside his head. He ain't tall enough.
He'd probably be able to stand normally in the building.
John Malkovich is tall, man.
So what happens? He gets the job. He gets the job. We meet Dr. Lester, who's like an insane man. Who's like, I'll tell you all about my sex stories. Meet me for coffee later.
And then Craig discovers a small hidden door behind his filing cabinet.
I like how that happens though. It's like so organic because he's filing. So his job is a filing thing, and it's again a joke early in the movie where the ad says like, if you have really nimble fingers, come and sign up for this. He's like, oh, I'm a puppeteer. So he goes in and he gets the job and he has to file stuff. So he's filing in this filing cabinet. He pulls one up. He drops it accidentally behind the filing cabinet. Pulls the filing cabinet out, and there's like a rectangle like cutout there. And he's like, oh, it's behind that. So he pulls that out, and there's the small doors right there with the file that fell. I just thought it was a really interesting way to shoot that. I was like, wow, that's very tactile and nice.
Yeah. Yeah, Spike Jonze, man. And like I am sure it was written that way. Wink. But he's very keen eye. Very good like series of events.
He's a music video director, Spike Jonze. We like that. I like music video directors like Hiro Murai and Atlanta.
Yeah.
Countless examples.
It's a good way to cut your teeth cinematically, so to speak. Better than television shows. But well, I don't know about nowadays though. These shows, man. Yeah. I'm like, how do you do that on your budget? Like your time constraint? How'd you set that shot up?
Everything just looks like shit now. So music videos by default look better.
Hence the title of this movie. He is now inside John Malkovich's head.
But he has to crawl inside this little vagina hole.
Yeah, it's very gross. I would not want to pay $200 just to go inside someone else's head just because of the hole. I'm like, this is disgusting.
There's mud in there. Again, another tactile like thing you can feel.
Oh yeah. It brings it back to the body, you could say. And I think, that mud, that's like the signature moment where you put your hand in it and you're going. You're now on a slip and slide into a light that, as you get closer, you could tell it's a POV shot.
The door slams as it happens, a reactive element. It's all great. Yeah, and you get shot into his mind, and it's a POV, point of view shot. It's like those old college humor videos. POV, you're John Malkovich, you're ordering dinner, or you're in a taxi cab. And people keep saying you're in a thief, you're in a jewel thief movie. Was he in a jewel thief movie? That's my question.
No. Sorry, that's just...
Everyone just runs with that, so that's a running joke.
Yeah. Well, and like it only works if it's a celebrity with a level of like, it's hard to remember their name. You've seen them somewhere. I guess
it's like a character. Would we call him a character actor?
I mean, I think maybe for a while he was, maybe even still.
Because I don't know, like what he was in. Because is he American? I assume so.
He is American, and then he's moved and lived in France for a long time. So that's why he talks the way. It's kind of why he talks the way he does.
Yeah, I was just thinking like he's not like Christopher Lee, right? He's not like, I guess he did theater, right? Is it? I assume. I don't know. I don't know much about John Malkovich, to be honest with you. I've seen this, and I saw the movie. In this movie, they refer to it lovingly as in that movie you played a retard. Sorry for using the term, but it's like a joke in this movie. It's like so out of pocket. I'm like, that's hilarious. Even in this movie, they're making fun of that.
Yeah, it's it's a good movie if you love the R word, if you love hearing people get called I'm gonna say
the F slur,
a cigarette,
the gay slur.
It's pretty
she just throws that. That's just because it was common at the time, I think. I don't even think that was like necessarily a joke, No,
it was just how you talk back then.
And it is weird because it's just like, I don't know, because she's portrayed kind of like evil, in a way, towards like at least the main character. And he even says that later. He's like, you're evil. She's a complex character for sure. Catherine Keener didn't know if she wanted to do the role. She said she didn't think she was fit to do it. She's like, you'd have to be like built like a brick shit house. Well, I mean, there's even dialogue where he's like, I want to fuck your tits.
Yeah.
She doesn't have like huge tits. Just stuff I was thinking about watching the movie. But I will say, and I don't want to be like a horn dog or anything, but I thought she was like very good looking in this movie. Like I've never thought of Catherine Keener as like attractive necessarily. I think the first time I saw her was in like 40-Year-Old Virgin. By that time, she's already in her late 30s, maybe 40s.
Yeah, she's a bit of a cougar, but it's not like the femme fatale. That's a good way, I think, to put it. And my wife
was
like... The reason I was
bringing this up earlier is because...
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying it real quick. The reason I brought all this up earlier is like about Cameron Diaz as well. She's playing against Catherine Keener. So Catherine Keener is supposed to be hot, and Cameron Diaz is supposed to be kind of like ugly, like your wife,
My wife.
That was an interesting dynamic, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So he's in his head. He comes out and he tells Maxine like, "Oh my God, you could go inside." And he's so excited, and she could care less. Like he's like, "I don't know how I can live with myself," and she points to the window like, "Jump."
Yeah, she's so mean to him, dude.
She's not fascinated until she realizes, "Oh, hey, why don't we charge people for this? You say it's so cool." And that's great because like it's not great, but it's like I could see that for sure. Like some people still want to give a shit until you're like, oh, bam, okay, let's charge people for this. It's a miracle.
$200 pop. And everyone loves it. They want to be inside John Malkovich. It's some kind of transformative experience. And again, in the interview with John Malkovich and John Hodgman, they bring this up and how it's interesting. Like, you can't really do this movie today because like we can peek into the lives of celebrities. We just go to their Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not as secretive.
But in this movie, 1999, like it's revelatory, and everyone going to be inside John Malkovich is like, wow, this is amazing. It changed my life. I can't go back.
Yeah, I feel like it would only make me sad.
He's such a quiet man. He's like, oh yes, thank you.
Oh
yes, I did that. No, I wasn't in that movie.
And so, of course, he tells his wife, Lottie, about the portal, and he's like, well, we have to go into it right now, because clearly she wants to go during like a normal time of day, and he's like, crap, you can't meet this woman I'm in love with, because and so Lottie goes,
we'll go right here, right now,
and
so they drive over there.
Lottie is fucking like, she is just like, oh my god. Like, I don't know if she says it now, where she's like so infatuated with the idea of having a penis.
Well, at first she was scared, and then she's like, okay, no, I got to do it. And she goes through, and she's like, I may be a transsexual.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to Dr. Lester about it.
Yeah, because they're on their way to see Dr. Lester. Wait.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, they're on their way to see Lester. I don't know if that's the same person, because they're going to have like dinner with them.
They are. She's just like, I love Dr. Lester. He's so nice to talk to. He's an allergist.
I don't know if like we're off at when it happened, but Craig and Lottie
gives a shit.
Are clearly obsessed. They're like both in love with Maxine. Like, she comes over for dinner, and like,
yeah, they're trying to fucking have a three-way with Maxine.
Yeah, they like both, because like Maxine is giving like this thing about, hey man, you have to take, like, I don't know, it's just such a fun build up. Like, she's just saying how like, look, if you know what you want, you got to just get it.
Well, then she stretches her arms out towards both of them.
And they both go in on her.
He's like, no. He's like, Craig, I'm just not attracted to you. But Lottie, I knew you were inside John Malkovich's eyes, because when she went in, I think they went on a date.
Yeah.
One of the times, and she's like, I saw you looking through those eyes. So she's like, do you know what it's like to have two people look at you lovingly, two different sets of eyes? So there's like that weird surreal element to it. Yeah, I don't know. So the whole movie is like Lottie, fighting with Craig from then on, because like obviously Craig is like, I love Maxine. And it's just kind of crazy. Yeah, like basically at a certain point, Lottie's just openly cheating with Maxine, kind of, basically. And Craig's just like, what the fuck?
When
you fell in love with her first.
Key point, went inside John Malkovich's head. She's like, yeah, I need you to be, like, only inside his head, though.
Yeah, because she won't hook up with her in real life up to that point. And yeah, the John Malkovich, man, he's like, oh yeah, I'll do this. He's very willing to. I guess they have control over them, right? Kind of. So when they're in the head space, like she goes to the dinner with Maxine, or before Maxine calls John Malkovich before all that, and is like, hey, I want to go to dinner with you. He's like, how'd you get my number? He's like, I dreamt about you. Weird Twin Peaks stuff. And then Lottie's able to control his thoughts, and is like, go to dinner, go to Bernardo's or whatever.
Yeah, she's like, go.
And that plays into the puppeteering aspect, because as Craig goes on forward, he controls John Malkovich. He's able to literally move him around and stuff, like puppet him.
Yeah. But like,
anyway, he locks his wife up in a cage.
Yeah, that part.
Like a chimp.
That got dark, man. I was like, holy shit.
Like, it's pretty much dark the rest of the movie. Like, even the ending of this movie is like dark.
I'm going to go ahead and just say the real John Malkovich at some point realizes, this is like, I don't know if this is like before Lottie gets locked up, but he realizes, like, while having sex, it's a very like insane scene, because like somebody comes out of his mouth. Like she's able to speak through John Malkovich, and he freaks out. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, John Malkovich is a character in this movie, playing himself.
Yeah, and so he, of course, he calls his best friend to come over.
Charlie Sheen.
Which is great, because I think he's just Charlie Sheen in the movie. He calls him Charlie.
Yeah, it's Charlie Sheen.
And I don't think that they are necessarily friends in real life.
They've never met.
Yeah, like I know that he was like, I'm a fan of this young man named Charlie Sheen, but I don't know. It just felt. I don't know. It felt right. I was like, yeah, of course they're friends, and he's coming over.
It's a
to
really good
calm
choice
down.
in retrospect with like Tiger Blood interviews and stuff. Like it's like, oh, of course Charlie Sheen would be in this movie in a comedic role as like the friend who's like, no, yeah, you gotta fuck her.
Yeah, like that's just. He's like, think about it, man. You're possessed by lesbian witches. It's perfect. Very 90s, very cool. Like very cool in the 90s to be like, bro, you're being kidnapped by lesbians. For some reason, that's hot.
Lesbian witches, dude.
I don't want to be kidnapped by lesbian witches. I feel like they're just gonna cut my penis off.
I don't remember how he figures out how to do it, but apparently Malkovich follows Maxine to the office. And she breaks in the middle of the night when they're charging people to use the portal.
Yeah.
And he breaks in. He's like, he fights to the front of the thing. They knock him down. His hat comes off, and Craig sees him. He's like, notices he's John Malkovich. And he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? This is my head. I love that line. Because for John Malkovich, when he talks to John Hodgman about the movie, he's also talking about privacy and invasion of privacy and stuff like that. So that was a line that meant something to them. Was like, it's my head. But he goes through the portal, and you're like, what happened? And they even say it in the movie, like, what happens when a man goes through his own portal?
Yeah, my wife uttered those words right before Catherine or someone on screen says it, and I'm just like, oh, I guess you're gonna find out.
And yeah, I remembered this scene for sure. This is the other thing I remembered from the movie.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Like I almost want to just be like, go watch it if you want to know, because it's insane. It's just absolute insanity, and
it's what you think happens. It's like he's folding in on himself.
Yeah, like everything, and it also speaks to just like, I think he mentions this in that interview. It just speaks to like a celebrity's just insane sense of like ego and like self-centered and narcissism. Because like, yeah, of course you'd go into your head and everything would just be like you. That's all it is about is you. Because that's all your whole job is you.
Yeah, it's also like a very egotistical view.
I don't know. It affected me differently this time. I don't know. I was like, oh man, it's kind of like scary. Especially when he just shouts, Malkovich!
Well, yeah, I mean, it's existentially horrifying.
And like, yeah, he's...
What if you got trapped there? You know what I mean? You didn't know he was going to come out in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't get no fucking briefing beforehand. Well, he is spit out, though, thankfully, and...
at the New Jersey Turnpike.
And everything we just said, he pretty much says back to, Craig. He's like, no man should ever see that. Like,
yeah, he's horrified. He's disturbed. Sound of silence.
And he's walking away, and probably the funniest fucking thing in this movie happens. Some guy just walks by. He's like, up yours, Malkovich, and throws a can at his head.
It's like, yeah, it's such a weird. It's just like such a like. It's almost like a fourth wall breaking joke.
Well, yeah. Also, like, John Malkovich isn't famous enough to get like spotted like that.
No. From the back of his head, no.
Yeah, no. It's pretty good, and so also a lot of escapes, and what I think is
we have to confront something before we get to
shit.
that. I was
Okay.
just thinking about it before we do anything. This podcast is running long. I'm going to be cutting stuff anyway. It'll be fine. It's important we mention the building and the reason why the 7.5 floor is 7.5 or is a half floor, why it's half. And they keep making this joke. They're like the overhead is low or something.
Yeah.
But they have this training video earlier in the movie when he gets hired on. They watch, and it's a special feature on the Blu-ray. You could just watch the video. It's funny. But it's about this guy named the Merton Flemmer building. And then you have... what's his name? I'm trying to like find it here. It's whatever Merton. So it's this old guy who made the building. I still am piecing together, trying to make sense of like the plot connected to this movie. But basically he built this building, and the romanticization of the history is like some like little person came in and was like, I'm a regular woman, but of small stature. She's like, everything's hard here. The doorknobs are too high and all this stuff. She's like, isn't there a good place for me? And he's like, you know what? I'll marry you and I'll build you a A floor special here in my building where you and your decrepit kind, your shameful kind can be free. It's just like so ridiculous. But this plays into the plot where, she goes to see Dr. Lester, and he explains this like weird sci-fi element that I'm still wrapping my head around, where he's actually Captain Merton.
Yeah. It's funny because like I'm just so fucking dumb that I was like, oh wait, yeah, Captain Merton. He says I'm Captain Merton later at this right now, because that's what he tells Lottie is like, I'm actually Captain Merton from the 1800s, and like he discovered this door into, this doorway into somebody else's mind, and
he calls it a vessel body.
Earlier on, he even had like a room dedicated, and it was like, dedicated to the life and times of John Malkovich. Like they've been tracking this shit for a long time. And he goes on to
it's like all of a sudden we're watching The Empty Man.
Yeah. There's very Empty Man, very like, very Hereditary vibes. Cause it's just a what seems to be like a cult of old people. So, like and they're all like, we got to get into this host on his 44th birthday, but we have to get in before midnight, or otherwise we'll shuffle down into the next vessel, which is like the unborn baby or the next baby, I guess. So there's like
this is where I really had problems understanding. So like they have John Malkovich, who's currently who they can enter.
Yeah.
They want to enter John Malkovich on his 44th birthday.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when he becomes ripe. So their goal is to become into John Malkovich, but if they miss the date, they have to go into a baby. Is that what's happening?
And then and then you're like locked there. You're like locked in that baby's subconscious forever. Well, until that baby dies, I guess.
This is very confusing, but I'll go with it.
It only made sense because I wrote down like the bullet points of each like major plot point, and I was like, oh shit, okay, I forgot that wasn't super.
But he has a group of friends too. That's the also confusing element where he's like, I have this group of friends who are going to be occupying Malkovich with me. So are these real people in the real world that are just regular people he's bringing with him?
Yeah, I think they're just like other old people who are like don't want to die. There's a whole aspect.
You don't have to die.
You could live her out. Yeah, and he invites Lottie to come inside with. And live with him, because he's like, we've recognized that you're also a good soul, or whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah, he's in love with Lottie. He's like, you can come with us and have weird tantric sex inside John Malkovich's head.
Yeah, I just wonder how that is. Do you see each other in there, or are you just experiencing each other?
I have no idea. Craig discovers he can occupy Malkovich indefinitely, and this poses a problem. Right? For the people who are trying to get inside of him.
Yeah, and he's too powerful.
He doesn't have to leave. Inhabits him for over the next 8 months. In this movie, we have plenty of time cuts where they're like 6 months later, 3 years later. It's constantly doing that.
Yeah, and he becomes a world-renowned puppeteer. He goes to his agent, and he's like, I'm quitting acting. And this is the part where you get Malkovich acting like... what do you say his name is? John Cusack, Craig. I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah, and his agent's just like, yeah, whatever, cool, man.
Yeah, I love the way that he it portrays Hollywood business side, where it's just like, yeah, like money's gonna flow. Let me make a few calls.
Yeah, just gotta make a couple calls. So we'll get this done.
And I guess that's part of the point is that John Malkovich is like very. He can make these decisions if he wants.
I like that alternate history angle where he's like, we see what John Malkovich would look like as a famous puppeteer.
Yeah.
And he marries Maxine, and she becomes kind of like his business partner. She's just as famous as he is almost. She gets pregnant, or discovers she's pregnant. And on Malkovich's 44th birthday, Malkovich, sorry,
hey, John Malkovich.
Lester and Lottie kidnap Maxine. Yeah, that's right. They do. They kidnap her because he looks for Maxine, and all of her stuff's like, it looks like she's been like kidnapped.
Yeah.
And they call Craig, and they're like, hey, we're going to fucking kill this bitch if you don't fucking give up the body. And he just hangs up. He's just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, he's like freaking out. He's doing what I would do. He's freaking out, and he's like, oh, and just hangs up. It cuts back to them though, Lester and them, and he's like, well, he called our bluff. Yeah, because he's not a murderous motherfucker. Like,
yeah, but Lottie is, holy shit.
Lottie is scorn, baby.
And I love in the behind the scenes on the extras, like when they're shooting the scene, you have interviews with Catherine Keener on set when they're doing it. And she's like, yeah, no, I was actually scared. She's scary.
Yeah, and then they
agree, because it just turns into a horror movie.
Yeah, it's like a horror chase scene through. And this like gives me reminiscent. Well, I guess it doesn't reminiscent because it's coming in the future of Eternal Sunshine type shit where like you're running through somebody's subconscious. And
oh yeah, it's exactly like that. You could so tell this is written by Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah, we see some sad memories of John Malkovich. We see him standing there and watching his parents fucking, making love, and he's like terrified. He's very upset by it when Lottie and Maxine come crashing through, firing a gun.
She's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
At one point, he's peeing his pants on the school bus. And Maxine is pregnant during this scene too. I was like, dear God, like.
Oh, I know. I was thinking about, because we watched Julian Donkey Boy not too long ago, and I'm just like, oh man, she's gonna lose the baby.
We see a brief glimpse of John Malkovich sniffing some girl's panties. I thought that was great.
There's one scene where he's sitting on a couch and like that 70s show set, and the girl next to him is like, "You're creepy."
Yeah, I was like, he's definitely getting dumped or something. Like.
Yeah, and John Malkovich in real life, just, you know, this is stuff written by Charlie Kaufman, obviously. It's not his real life, but he said he liked all the jokes. Like when they initially go ahead with it, I think they removed a bunch of the jokes at his expense, and he's like, no, put those back in there. They were funny.
Yeah, like that's what made this movie like truly memorable, because you get to that shit and it's just like.
Well, I love the scene where he's like fighting for control. It's like Possessor, you know. He's fighting for control of John Malkovich, and at one point, John Malkovich just does an outburst, and he's like, "Shut up! You're overrated."
Yeah. Yeah. When they met, like Charlie Kaufman met John Malkovich, and Kaufman was like, oh, I'm such a big fan," and he was like, "Stop! I've read the script. We don't have to do this." Like, he's like, I know how you feel about me.
That's interesting. What do you think about that interaction? Because I was like, what does John Malkovich think?
I don't know, man. I think like it would be different if you were that level of fame or creativity even, and like someone writes a script about you. I don't know. I didn't get the feeling that they kept in touch, which makes me sad.
Probably not.
I'm like, oh, you should be in more of his movies, John Malkovich. You probably help him get them made.
It's just interesting because I don't know. I mean, like, obviously it's a joke that it's John Malkovich because he's kind of a nobody. And is that, I guess, the negativity that John Malkovich is taking from it?
Yeah. All
right. Anyway, they're doing the chase scene, and yeah, it's crazy. They're flipping in and out of things that don't make sense, like logically. It's pretty cool. I was really curious, like how they shot all that. And yeah, they were shooting it literally on a bus, moving and all this stuff. I was like, that's cool. I wish movies still did this. And some of them do, but it's all green screen. So anyway, they gotta kill Maxine. She has to kill Maxine. What even happens? Conceive of meaning. Okay, Maxine confesses because they come to a head, and Maxine's like, "It's your baby. It was conceived when you were in John."
Yeah, so it's like a perfect lesbian fulfillment. You got the baby that was technically like it's their baby. And yeah, and Craig, then we see Craig, like he comes out too, and he's like, "Hey Maxine, I left because I love you. This proves I love you." And
then they get in the cab, and he's like, "He's not with us."
Yeah, I hated that. Oh God, like fucking lines in this movie I'm like, oh man.
I mean, it's funny. I mean, the thing is he's a piece of shit. He's like a creep at work. He's like fucking stalking her and shit. Like, I get it. It's funny that he's treated like a piece of shit in this movie, because he is.
I forgot how much of a piece of shit John Cusack is in this movie.
It's great. He's perfect for the role. I can't imagine someone else doing it. Like when I went to rewatch this movie, I didn't remember who played the main role, and I was like, oh, it makes so much sense as John Cusack. Because yeah, he can play like that like disgusting role. Because he did in The Paperboy. I don't know if we ever watched that. Paperboy with Matthew McConaughey and fucking Nicole Kidman. He plays like a fucking disgusting sex pervert criminal.
Hey,
He's
I'm a sex pervert.
Anyway, so that's pretty much it. You know, they are together. They have a kid. You know, they have the baby born. It's a little girl.
John Malkovich was completely inhabited by the Dr. Captain Merton and his friends.
Yeah, I like that scene because he's like, I'm free. And
then boom,
he all looks ridiculous with long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets taken over immediately.
And, you know, last thing we hear from Craig is he's like, I'm going to get back in John Malkovich and wrestle him for control. And I believe you were detailing the end of the movie there.
Well, he goes and, you know, we don't really see what happens with Craig yet. We just see the older Malkovich inhabited by multiple people. And he talks to Charlie Sheen again. He's like, "Hey man, I got this thing that can help you live forever." And Charlie Sheen looks like shit. This is like what? How long after? 7 years later?
He's like,
he looks worse than he did in real life.
Bald, and his head is like swollen.
It's terrible. But he's like, "All right," and yeah, he introduces him to this portal, which now leads to the mind of Maxine's daughter, Emily. Craig, who entered the portal too late, is permanently trapped inside of Emily, forced to watch Lottie and Maxine live happily together. Interesting. Okay, because when I watched the movie just now, this was last night. I finished at like 12 a.m. When I finished it, I actually had taken a different ending. I thought it meant that he was controlling Emily, Maxine's daughter. I thought it was that dark. I thought he was controlling her.
Yeah, instead he's just like, look away.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. I took a darker ending thought to it, so at least it's not as bad as I thought, but it's still fucked up and weird.
He's dark, folks. How do you like your Dan? I like him dark.
Dark woke, folks. And that's it. Yeah, it ends in this. It's a pretty cool scene. It's very artistic where this girl is in a pool. I like it. I like that over the credits. It looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Being John Malkovich, folks. Now, this is where I take us out behind the shed and put us out of our misery. Adam, what did you pull from this movie? People don't make movies to just tell a story. I guess they do, but there's usually a meaning to the story. What kind of meaning did you take from this movie, if any?
I thought it was, I kept thinking about Mr. Lonely and watching this movie because like a big part of it is like a main character who does not like themselves, and like so they find out like by in some way pretending to be somebody else is they get what they want. And I thought that was that was like something very interesting to me. I thought because like even like a lot of these people who were going into John Malkovich's head, they seem to be dealing with like an existential crisis of their own. Of like that first guy was like, I don't know, he just really seemed sad and despondent. He was just like, oh, God, okay, yeah. Oh, that sounds great.
I think they talk about it in the movie when they're like, people don't want to be themselves. I think that's a good takeaway from the movie. That makes sense to me. You actually have better, I feel like you read films better than I do because I wouldn't have been able to pull that out right now.
I need to be able to watch.
I think that's the movie.
I need to be able to watch more films. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm more into this type of shit, but then like I'll watch something else and be like, I'm struggling to watch this. It's not like this movie is this movie isn't the most amazing thing ever. I don't know.
No, but it's interesting, and I think that nails it exactly. Like Charlie Kaufman wrote this script and was like, I don't like myself.
And I think he's married. I think he has a wife. Like, I don't know. I'd be like, do you hate me, Charlie? Like,
yeah, it's like the 8.5 thing.
All of your movies coming out. You must really want to leave me. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I took from this film. Is like, oh man, Charlie Kaufman hates being married.
You can just tell this is his movie. It's such a distinct voice that comes through. He's a lot of similar motifs, themes. But yeah, it was a good movie. I like it. I don't have much more to say about it as far as themes go, I guess, and like what it means. Like that totally makes sense to me in my mind. I was kind of struggling to kind of pull meaning, so. Other than, yeah, this guy doesn't really like himself, so he made this movie, and it's kind of just a trip. Like it's like writing as maybe a form of therapy. It's not a good form of therapy. You're not really getting anywhere, but that's what this feels like.
Yeah. They should probably go to actual therapy and then also do
It's like like I said, like Federico Fellini, like 8.5. Like that La Dolce Vita, Juliet of the Spirits, which we watched on this podcast, all that stuff's autobiographical, and it's him working through this shit.
Yeah.
A lot of great artists did that. Why do you make art? Why do you create? Because you feel like you have to. But why do you have to?
Because I want to make money with this shit, man.
And that's why your soul is weighed down by. You can be pulled down into hell, my friend.
I'm a marketing major, bro.
You better get your mind right, half-wit. What does he say?
Get your mind right, half-wits, yeah.
I don't know, I fucking talked to my mom recently, and she's like, you gotta get right by God. You gotta get your soul right. It's the end times. And I'm like, kind of does feel like the end times, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, they're bringing it about. God,
they're doing it. They're bringing the red heifers. They're rebuilding the temple.
There was like a fucking Israeli man attacked a woman because he thought she was Christian. She wasn't.
Yeah, it was in Israel. Yeah,
like they're all attacking.
Then you have the guy here who is like he shot two. I don't know if he killed them, but he shot two Israelis. An Israeli shot two Israelis because that Israeli thought they were Palestinians because they were dark skinned.
Yeah, and they rushed the social media to be like, we were attacked by an Arab. Death to all Arabs. And I'm just like, oh, God.
Yeah, by the way, fuck you, Israel. Fuck you.
Oh,
fuck you, support them. Fuck you.
I'm not going to do anything about Israel. But, you know, if a giant communist state were to take them over, that'd be cool. But no, there's no...
Gay space communism took over Israel, that'd be pretty tight.
Yeah, like, come on, God, please bring me the aliens. I'm gonna be like that guy.
Aliens. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they're good.
I'm gonna live stream myself in the car. Cops are about to bust in, and I'm gonna be like praying. But I'm gonna be like, "Please save me, aliens! Come down here and save me."
It's gonna be a mural of a fucking alien Jesus. They're like, "What the fuck?" We gotta watch Santi Sangre, man. So let's close this out. Let's close this shit out. Adam, would you recommend Being John Malkovich?
Folks, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to recommend it for sure. Like, I think if you didn't watch any of Charlie Kaufman's films, I would say watching his first one, it's good. It's, it's got a lot of his shit in there that you're going to see later on. And I think that, offer some good, hopefully the message you'll take from it is don't be like the main character and, love yourself. Maybe you're a lesbian woman and you need to impregnate your wife with another man's semen through his body. Yeah, I think you should watch this movie.
Hey there, fuckers. It's the Fuck Podcast. Get fucked. Fuck. Hey there, it's Dan. I'm here at the Dan and Adam Are Afraid podcast. I'm going to go ahead and recommend this movie. If you like weird, surreal, dark movies with dark and bold, because this is a dark movie. And when I watched it a decade ago, that was my takeaway. It was, damn, that was dark. So be prepared for that. But I think it's interesting. I think it's ahead of its time. I think it's really interesting to be talking about gender roles and gender identity in 1999. Obviously, trans people have been around forever. That's the thing, folks. This is not new. It's just there's an actual knowledge of it now, and people can be like, well, I think I feel a certain way. I have people in my family who I'm like, I'm like, I know how you're going to turn out. It's just, yeah. And then why I played the Hunter Schafer video at the beginning is like it all plays into itself. Like, this stuff's real. It's been around forever. I think that's really cool that it was highlighted in this movie. I don't know Charlie Kaufman's beliefs at all. I don't know him as a person, but his art is pretty inclusive and cool, even if it's depressing and dark. The end of this movie is like a lesbian couple getting together with one of them technically being a trans man. It's pretty cool. I recommend it. Check it out, folks.
Oh God, Book 2. Starring George Burns.
Dan, did you pick a movie for next week? Oh, yes, I did. I picked a movie. Actually, I have two choices. I have a choice for Adam. I have two doors. I'm not gonna coat this too much. I'm just gonna say there's two doors. You got door number 1, which is a director door, and then you have door number 2, which is a random pick. Adam, what do you choose?
I'm feeling like the 2's got it today, Dan.
So we got random door. So I'm going to my podcast ideas.
Random.
And I've decided that next week we are going to be watching 2006's, directed by Richard Kelly, Southland Tales.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I ain't seen this one.
It's fun because recently there's a rumor that Richard Kelly is about to start production on a new movie at the end of this year. And this is the movie that ended his career in a lot of ways. So I'm very interested to check it out. It's got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Sarah Michelle Gellar. You got Stifler, Sean William Scott. I have not seen it. I have heard crazy things about this movie. So I've heard it's in the the realm of Beau is Afraid. Basically, when you think about like a director that has a big first feature and everyone loves it, and then they come out of here and they make something weird, wild, that everyone's like, this is fucked up and weird. We don't like this. Just like Beau is Afraid. And I'm excited to check it out. Yeah,
man, me too.
Also, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an interest because he just I don't know if you heard the news. He just got cast, or he's getting cast in Martin Scorsese's new movie.
Oh.
And then obviously I think he's in Crushing Machine, something like that. Punching Machine, Crushing Machine. He's like a wrestling role for one of the Safdie movies. I think it's Josh Safdie. So he's been doing some interesting stuff since Red Notice or whatever.
Oh, Red One.
Red One. But yeah, we'll check it out. Join us next week. Hopefully I got Mr. Lonely up, and hopefully I got Being John Malkovich up by then. Watch the movie and join us next week. Do you have any parting words for our beautiful remaining listeners who made it this far, Adam?
You guys made it here. I'm not going to bog you down with my bullshit. I love you.
I love you. Peace be unto you. Jazz aliens? Yo, we from the planet Jazz. We're here to take over your honky asses, including you, host of the show.
Jazz alien Quano Mono invented the Big Five sound.
Yo, we're taking you to hell. You could be in hell, bitch.
White monkey.